The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, we are just under 6 months away from the release of this movie, which is when we will finally be able to see this film in December of this year, where J.J. Abrams will finally be able to end the Skywalker saga and show us, the fans, exactly what he really has to offer to end the sequel trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for the characters of Kylo Ren, Palpatine, the Dark Acolyte, and even Anakin Skywalker. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the concept art descriptions involves a sequence between both Kylo Ren and the Dark Acolyte, who is being controlled by the spirit of Sidious. It's described to be a profile view between the two, with both of their lightsabers raised in the air, and is said to be a wide shot with Rey in the background, laying down with an injured leg. It's described that behind the Dark Acolyte is a red, abstract, cloud-like figure, with Palpatine's face and his arm reaching out toward another figure that is over Kylo Ren. The figure over Kylo's shoulder is described to be a blurred version of Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost, reaching out toward Palpatine almost as if he is using the Force against the abstract spirit. It's unclear if Kylo and the Acolyte see or know that these figures are over their shoulders. However, the spirit of Sidious and Anakin's Force Ghost are both using their hands toward each other in a force push-like fashion at each other. This indicates that the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker is connected to Kylo, or is protecting him during one of the moments in the battle. Anakin appears to be older, and unlike the one in Episode 3 that fans know and love, but however, it's going to create an older version of Hayden Christensen. It's best described as a more mature version of Hayden Christensen. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is really going to use a lot of elements of the past. One of the big ones is, of course, Darth Sidious being front and center for the story of Episode 9, which I think is brilliant. I think it really is the driving force for the fans right now of why they're really excited to see this movie and exactly what, J.J. Abrams has to offer. It's really going to be a movie that's going to interconnect itself to the past 8 Star Wars films. It's the culmination of the Skywalker saga. So let's go on to the sequence where it's said to be a profile view, a wide shot, if you will, of both Kylo Ren and the Dark Acolyte facing each other, wielding their lightsaber blades in the middle of a torrential rainstorm. And over their shoulders we have the spirit of Sidious over the Dark Acolyte. The spirit of Sidious is said to be pushing his hand forward toward the blurred Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost, and this is actually said to be connected to Kylo Ren, or helping Kylo Ren. Now, like I've always said before in the past, we do know that this movie is going to have a lot of revelations that's really going to change Star Wars lore and how we look at things. So there's two big possibilities here. This is the Force Ghost of Anakin helping Kylo Ren just as a Force Ghost, or the other thing is that the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker is literally connected to Kylo Ren, making him more powerful. Now, I think that the more logical thing to go with here is that it's just protecting Kylo Ren, is that he's offering Kylo Ren guidance, and it also ties directly into what we went over not too long ago of Anakin's Force Ghost voice reaching out to Kylo Ren during his duel against the Dark Acolyte, where he only hears the voice, whispers, if you will, of Anakin Skywalker, his own grandfather, reaching out to him. So that you can see how they're really trying to make this movie really unexpected, really trying to reach and aim high to really introduce new aspects of the franchise like this that we have never seen before on the big screen. Now, as far as Anakin Skywalker goes, it's described that he's a more mature version, unlike the Hayden Christensen version in Revenge of the Sith, where he's younger, he's got the longer hair. Now he's a more mature version, almost like the Sebastian Shaw version in the original version of Return of the Jedi, except it's an older version of Hayden Christensen. So, the spirit of Sidious, pushing his hand forward toward the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker. Why do I think that this is brilliant? Well, this is basically, Anakin Skywalker somewhat getting revenge against Palpatine for what he did to himself, for how he manipulated him into becoming Darth Vader. It would honestly be very poetic, and it seems like that's exactly where, J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, and George Lucas are going for this film. It also ties directly into, past ideas that J.J. had for The Force Awakens of really trying to bring Anakin back in a meaningful way, and this would definitely be at the top of the list of really making Anakin a meaningful character in the end of Episode 9 to help out his own grandson, Kylo Ren. And I think that's a very special moment. I think that what they're trying to do here is they're really trying to introduce new types of Force lore, new experiences for the fans that they have never seen before on the big screen, that's really going to make this film stand out and really mark it down quite possibly as a classic film and the best of the sequel trilogy so far. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, from night to moon, we hear them moans again.